What is the Lord saying to us tonight? That He wants to do something new. He wants to do something new in you and something new in me. A new work. A new heart. He said, I want to put into your hearts new hearts. Taking away the hearts of stone to give you fleshy hearts. He wants to always do something new. They say tonight, the new heavens and new earth, yes. And what is He telling us? About ourselves, a very important thing. The past will not be remembered and will come no more to men's minds. So be glad and rejoice forever and ever. And that's great news. Because, see, Jesus doesn't throw our past into our face. In fact, when our sins are forgiven, they're annihilated. They're gone forever. But we often hold on to our past and our mistakes and our hurts. And we hold on to things. But Jesus doesn't want us to. He wants us to let go so that we can be set free. This is what the Lord is asking of us. The past is in the past, and there's nothing we can do to change the past. But the future, the now, what Jesus wants to do. So Satan is always going to try to bring up our past and throw it into our faces. And often the hardest person to forgive is often ourselves. But the Lord wants to set us free. He wants to do this new thing within us. So the question is, will we let Him? We'll speak a little bit more about that tonight. And so as we go into tonight, there'll be a time of adoration. You can see the kneelers will be here in the front. We'll have Jesus on the altar. We'll have an opportunity to come and lay our burdens down at the feet of Jesus, to invite Him into our hearts. And we'll speak about that after the Mass. There'll be people, we'll have prayer ministry teams ready to pray with people, just for that encounter. And so what's going to happen tonight? I guess my question to you is, what do you expect to happen tonight? That's probably what will happen. Sometimes the unexpected happens. Jesus he's fun like that. He'll throw us something every once in a while. We're like, whoa, I was not expecting that. But often what happens is what we expect to happen. And so what do we expect? God answers our prayers according to our faith, according to our expectations, according to our desires. So what do we desire? If we go in, like when Jesus went to His hometown because everybody knew Him, they're like, sure, that's Yeshua, that's Joe and Mary's son, And He couldn't do any miracles there because they didn't have any faith, they didn't have any expectation, they didn't have any desires. And so He was not able to work miracles there. What we see in the Gospel tonight, it's very important, right? He says, when he sends a messenger to Him, right? He said, hearing that Jesus arrived in Galilee from Judea, He went and asked Him to come and cure his son, as he was on the point of death. He asked Jesus to come and cure his son. Why is that important? He had expectation. He didn't say, Jesus will come down and pray and see what happens, and maybe something will happen. Probably not, but come and pray or do something. Jesus, come and cure my son. That's expectation. I'm expecting Jesus to do something. I'm desiring Jesus to do something, and I expect it. This is a true story. We're really good friends with a number of the all-star limerick hurlers, and one of them, I won't say his name, 2 years in a row he was injured, so you might want to figure it out. In the run-up to the final, to the All-Ireland, one time with broken ribs and another time with a messed up back. And it was really interesting. They come to our prayer group, and he was one of the key players, maybe the player here. And he called me and said, Father Joseph, I want to come down to the friary so that you can pray for me and Jesus will heal me. And it just struck me, his words struck me. Father Joseph, I want to come to the friary so that you can pray for me so that Jesus will heal me. He didn't say, well, Father, if you come and just, if you could say a prayer with me and, see what happens. And it was just a statement of faith. Father, I want to come. Will you pray for me? And Jesus will heal me. He had this expectation that Jesus would heal him. And guess what happened? 2 years in a row. When the doctor said he probably wouldn't be able to play in the All-Ireland final, he was completely healed. And played and had a great game. And they won those 2 in a row there. 4 in a row now. Who's counting? He went in with a faith and expectation. And so tonight, that's just the question I have for everyone. What do you expect from Jesus? Like, these aren't fairy tales. This is reality. This is the gospel. This is the good news. And so tonight, I just ask you to come forward, and when we have the time, to come and kneel before Jesus, who is the healer, to come, as you come for prayer ministry, come with faith, come with expectation, come with desire. It's okay to desire good and holy things. The Lord wants us to. We don't have to feel guilty. Yes, I desire this good thing. And come with an expectation. We've seen so many miracles happen, whether physical healings, whether just people experiencing the God's love, peace, sometimes deliverance from addiction, sometimes freedom from fears, anxieties, self-hate, all sorts of different things. Come with an expectation. Know that you are loved more than you could ever imagine. And come forward with a trust in that love. So, that's enough for now. So after Mass, we're going to go right into adoration and a time of healing. I'll talk a little bit more about what's going to happen and what to expect. But during this Mass now, especially as you're receiving Jesus says, as I receive you, I want to receive faith. I want my expectation, my desire, my love to grow. As you receive Jesus into you, receive the strength and the courage of the Lord. Okay? And so we'll have a time now, as we after Mass, we'll move into that time. And it's a beautiful time of healing and encounter of the love of God. And Father Bernardino will be hearing confession during that time as well. So there'll be some beautiful things happening. And so, let us now stand and bring our prayers and petitions.